All right, guys, what's happening? It's Monday, July 12th, 2021. And this morning, we're going to talk a little bit about quitting. Giving up is not in my vocabulary, and quitting should not be in yours either. Let's get started.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life. And then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right, what's happening, guys? Good morning and happy Monday to you, man. I had some technical difficulties this morning that were crazy, like all kinds of stuff going on with my computer, so I apologize for being a little tardy here this morning, but we're going to jump right into this conversation here, guys. Giving up is not in my vocabulary is the title of the show, and we're going to talk a lot about, just the idea, the concept of giving up, about quitting. And I think that a lot of us can relate to these little things that happen in our lives that, we kind of excuse ourselves from being responsible for. We just, kind of blow it off, let it go, assume that it'll be okay if we quit. It'll be okay if we turn back. It'll be okay if we give up on that particular area of our lives. And, I'm going to break it down why that's so important to you guys this morning. But man, those little things that you don't give up on, those little things that you continue fighting for, make all the difference in the long term. They make all the difference in your life long term. When you can chain together little wins instead of little losses, it makes a huge difference in how you feel as an individual, the momentum you're able to create in your life. And so it's just a very dangerous thing to allow yourself the opportunity to give up, allow yourself the opportunity to quit. And so that's what we're going to talk about this morning. We're going to jump into it here in a second. But as always, I want to say good morning to some folks. Jared Bird, what's happening? Carla, good morning. Ed's on the road. He's tuning in maybe from the airplane. I don't even know. Dayton, good morning to you. Judd, no doubt, brother. No doubt, man. Control the interference. Matt Johnson, what's happening, man? Trudy, good morning to you. Bob and Cynthia, good morning. Curtis, good morning to you, brother. Thanks for being here, man. Daniel Good over on YouTube, appreciate you, man. Eddie Brown and Christina, good morning to you. And Mike coming in the caboose here in the comments, but let's go, brother. Let's go. All right, let's jump right in. Giving up is not in my vocabulary. All right, so here's the deal, guys. When you allow quitting to be an option in your life, it will always be that Achilles heel that follows you around. If you take the opportunity to remove quitting as an option, watch how the world around you changes. Watch how the world around you changes when you take quitting off the table as an option. Everything changes. When you stop allowing yourself to think about what it is that plan B looks like, everything in your life will change. Here's the second thing I wrote down preparing for this show. If you have a plan B, you'll always have a plan B. And your life will be made up of change and failure on repeat. Let me repeat that one more time. If you have a plan B in your life, if you are constantly thinking about what's the next thing, or what if this doesn't work, what am I going to do? You'll always have a plan B, and your life will be made up of constant change and failure on repeat. I promise you. Because there's a difference, guys, between the people who are 99% committed and the people who are 100% committed. The people who are all in and the people who are almost all in. There's a massive difference in the results. There's a massive difference in the lives of the people who commit 100%. If you don't burn the boats, guys, if you constantly have something in the background that's a plan B, Be prepared for what the result of that is. It's real simple. If you have a plan B, you'll always have a plan B. You will convince yourself that that's the only way that you're safe. And here's the truth, guys. The only way that you're actually safe, that you're really safe, is if you're all in on the thing that you're doing. Here's the next point that I want to make. If you allow yourself to think about what ifs, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if this doesn't go right? If you allow yourself to get obsessed with the what ifs of life, you always will be obsessed with the what ifs of life, and winning will become almost impossible to you. Like truly winning will become extremely unlikely, if not impossible. I want you to think about this. Think about the mentality that you have to only have a plan A, to not have a plan B. There is no other option but the thing that is right in front of you. And now I want you to imagine, wrap your mind around what it's like when you put your full attention on that one thing. What are you actually capable of when you put your full attention on plan A? Whatever that is. If you're having trouble in some area of your life, if your plan A today is to create a more successful marriage, you are singularly focused on that one thing. How successful are you going to be? How happy can you make your spouse if that is your plan A? If your plan A in business is you are in a sales position and plan A is nothing but creating and executing on new sales in your business, and you put all of your attention in that category, what does it look like? You block out all of the interference, as Judd said. You block out all the interference and you focus on that one thing. I'm telling you guys, think about this. Think about how many times in a day, because we all do it, me included. We think about, well, if I don't do this, it's okay. Just this once, I'll allow myself to do this. And here's what I'm going to tell you guys. What I've learned over the last few years is this. It's not about the conscious thoughts that those things create. It's about the subconscious mind that you carry around every day that is being programmed by those little decisions. By allowing yourself the option of quitting, allowing yourself the option of plan B, allowing yourself the option to not be 100% committed to whatever it is that you're doing. And when you have that slight amount, everybody right now is thinking of a time that they've been in this spot where they had something else that was taking their attention, where they thought about quitting. And when quitting seemed a little more attractive than toughing it out in the spot that they're in, what does it do to your life? What does it do to that situation? Giving up is not in my vocabulary. Quitting is not an option. When you take quitting off the table as an option, every single thing in your life will change. When you are singularly committed to that thing that's right in front of you, whatever it is that you start, you finish. You say you're not going to eat cookies anymore, don't eat the cookies. You say you're not going to have a drink, don't have a drink. You say you're going to quit smoking, quit. It's simple, guys. You are capable of far more than what you think. And what I want you to think about is this. Instead of saying, oh, man, what if? Oh, man, what if? Why not think, why not me? It's what I think every single time that somebody tells me something's impossible. Why not me? I go back to the example of the 4-minute mile, right? For years and years and years, people thought it was impossible. Nobody could do it. Then all of a sudden, one person did it. Now there's hundreds, probably thousands of people that have done the 4-minute mile. Why? Because that person didn't quit. That person didn't let somebody else convince them that their dream wasn't valid. This morning, as we were talking about this topic on Breakfast with Champions, somebody brought up the idea of what happens when things don't go your way. Do you quit, or does the standard stay the standard? Because true winners don't change the standard because something goes wrong. Real winners don't change the goals because they're running behind at the halfway point of the year. Changing the goals is quitting. Changing your plans because something doesn't go your way is quitting. Look at yourself in the mirror and understand what it is that you are responsible for. And be ready when you ask other people for feedback, be ready to be told the truth. And don't ever allow that to make you quit. Don't ever allow that to change your commitment. Feedback is necessary, guys. It shouldn't ever make you quit. Failing is necessary. Growth in your life happens from failure. It doesn't always happen from winning. In fact, when you look back at your life, how often is it that you grew from extreme adversity? From being willing to sit in the fire and not quit. Alex, I couldn't agree more, man. Your word to yourself has to be gold. And let me tell you something, guys. The more wins you chain together with yourself, not about what other people see. There are things going on in my life right now that I'm not sharing, that I am working on, that I'm purposely not posting to social media. And the reason is there's nothing wrong with other people doing that. The reason is I want to keep my word to myself. I want to work on the accountability between me and me. I don't need somebody else to hold me accountable. And I want to see what that looks like. I want to see how far I've come to be able to keep those promises to myself. But I promise you guys, if you are working on something in your life, if you're on this journey of trying to accomplish something, it's not going to be easy. And when adversity hits, if you immediately start thinking about plan B, that will become your life. You will go back and forth. Which is better? Which is better? I like to say life is like a fly on the glass, man. Everybody on the inside wants out. Everybody on the outside wants in. You ever see a fly going back and forth? They can't decide where they want to be. That's what most people are like. They can't decide because they're actually not comfortable with themselves. They're actually not proud of themselves. They're actually lacking the confidence that it takes to have a plan A only. But here's how you fix it. Listen to me closely. You keep the promises you made to yourself. Let me repeat the list because something here is going to apply to all of you. I'm going to get up early tomorrow. I'm going to eat right today. I'm going to stop smoking. I'm only going to have X number of drinks this weekend. I'm not going to drink at all. If you don't keep those promises to yourself, guys, you will slowly erode your own personal confidence. It's how it works. Why should you believe you? Why should you believe you? Remember, guys, 91% of your thoughts are subconscious. They're not conscious. So when you do things that are not in alignment with what you promised yourself, what do you expect your subconscious mind to think? They're not going to believe you anymore. The people aren't going to believe you. Neither is your subconscious mind. Nobody's going to believe in you because you don't keep the promises to yourself. You say you're going to do something and you don't. Here's the cool thing, guys. The next time you're in this scenario, the next time you're thinking about quitting, you don't have to make every decision for the rest of your life correctly. You just have to make the next one correctly. It's that simple. The next one is the most important decision. The next time you think about breaking that promise to yourself, you have to get that one right. And when you get that one right, and you take quitting off the table as an option, you will figure out how to do everything and anything in life. Winning becomes a guarantee when you take quitting off the table. That's it. You don't have to focus on getting it all right, guys. You got to focus on getting it right now. In that moment, the next time you think, oh man, I'm going to go do X, Y, Z, whatever it is in that list that applies to you, whatever outside of that list applies to you. You all know what it is. Take it all off the table, guys. Take the options of those things off the table and tell somebody in your life that cares what it is that you're taking away from yourself. And tell them that you're taking quitting off the table so that they can help hold you accountable. And over time, you're going to get accountable to others at a level that's fine. Everybody expects you to be accountable. After you get over that hump, then it's you versus you. What can you do when nobody's watching? That's when the rubber meets the road. Trust me. Make these promises to yourself and keep them, guys. It will build your self-confidence. Your subconscious mind will start to believe in you, and the wins will start to chain together like you've never experienced in your life. But it starts with you. It starts with giving up off the table. I hope this message was helpful for you guys this morning. It was certainly helpful for me. I hope that this reached somebody that needed to hear this morning, and I hope it hit home. Don't have a plan B, guys. You get one life. This life is your plan A. Plan B should be an option of how to win at plan A. When you simplify life, life goes fast. When you complicate life, it slows down, and everything seems to be wrong. Simplify it. One thing. Go after it with everything you got. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, same place, same time, right here on Morning Perspective. Love you guys. Thanks for being here.